The Zerg won't stop until we're all dead.
Vengeance shall be mine.
The 7 evils are one within me. I am Legion.
Stay a while and listen.
To ask why we fight is to ask why leaves fall.
You are not prepared.
Warcraft players, where you at? Starcraft players, where you at? Diablo players, where you at?
West March drops in March. BlizzPro is all over Heroes of the Storm, and we drop some Christmas bombs. Welcome to BlizzPro's TwizzCast.
Disturbing hallucination. You're hearing voices.
Welcome everybody to another episode of TwizzCast. We are here to share with you our experiences and news concerning all games under the Blizzard Entertainment logo, ranging from World of Warcraft, StarCraft, and Diablo, but don't let the introduction fool ya. We are going to be covering Hearthstone and Heroes of the Storm as well. So, everybody, the guests, the co-hosts, everybody, let's get this show on the road. Let me bring in these co-hosts. From North Dakota, the man who is he's transmission. I'm on my game tonight. The man whose transmogged wardrobe is larger and more stylish than what most Hollywood actors have. It's the Prot Pally 5000 Hoda. Hello, sir.
A licky boom boom down. I don't know. Archon told me it was cool last week, so
it's gonna catch on.
Yes.
Don't give up.
I'm gonna bring back the 1990s. On TwizzCast,
yeah.
Just so you know.
Wait, why not though? Why not? So, direct from Las Vegas, Nevada, he's got more builds than Lindsay Lohan has rehab visits. I went there. That's right. Please help me welcome back to the show the streaming demon and birthday boy, Archon. Hello and happy birthday, sir.
Woo!
Thanks, man. I can't think of a better place to spend my birthday. I can think of a few, but this was up there.
I can, but this is a dead solid, like 71 on the list.
Yeah.
Just lying. It's not even cool.
Oh. Happy to be here.
And it's good to have you here. And after her week off, the lovely lady spreading Christmas cheer before she stabs you and takes your gold. In game, of course. It's the lovely and talented Reb. Welcome back, dear.
You know, I'm not opposed to taking your gold outside of game either. Anywho, it's nice to be back. Nice to be here in the chat room and on the live stream. And hello, downloaders and listeners. And hello, co-host. And Hoda, what are 90s?
What are 90s?
What are 90s?
Is that
It's an old joke, as in you're old.
Yeah, you're old.
I froze. Wow, that was super embarrassing.
All right. Hey, we're almost out of music.
Don't have an answer.
You know what? It's North Dakota. We freeze frequently, so.
Yes, that's true.
Zing.
All right. Well, we're out of music, so I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself. I'm Twizz. How is everybody? I'm the guy that pushes record while all the smart people talk. So, I'm just saying.
Wait, who are the smart people?
If you're not and I'm not, I don't know what's going on here. So.
Healthy show. Yeah.
All right, everybody. So, just a reminder, there's several ways that you can get your TwizzCast and BlizzPro fix. We're available on iTunes, Stitcher Radio. The RSS feed can be found at TwizzCast.com. The show notes for this episode and all things discussed can be found in the same place, as well as BlizzPro.com. And also, if you wanted to subscribe to our Twitch.tv channel, you'll get an email whenever we go live. That way you will never forget. So, head on over to Twitch.tv/TwizzCast and hit that follow button so you guys don't miss us. Lastly, for those of you who are interested, you can feel free to email us, podcast@blizzpro.com. So, as always, everybody, we have a lot of ground to cover and a little bit of time to do it in. So, let's talk about our week in gaming. Hoda, what have you been up to, man?
With the Christmas holidays approaching very, very soon, in-game time has been really light. I'm sad to say, to be honest with you. I know last week I was talking about I got my 10th level 90, boom! And I almost got my 11th. I know, I have a problem. I understand.
Nerd!
Wow.
Nerd alert! I'm trying to bring back your 90s joke into the conversation I didn't get. I'm just trying to be cool, Reb, okay? Let's lay off a bit, alright? No, so I'm working on my mage, which is 87 now. So, yeah, I know Twizz used to play a mage. It's not a cool class. I'm not liking it.
No?
But I just...
Yeah.
What spec are you? What spec are you, dude?
No, it's sad to say. Like, I know Siege of Orgrimmar has only been out for like 3.5 months, maybe tops.
Are you putting me on the spot?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's been precisely 13 weeks and
nailed it. Thank you.
3 days.
But in that time, I'm already getting like the next expansion and like kind of dreary lulls. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not. I don't feel completed with everything in this expansion, but I'm kind of ready for something new as well. So I'm at that weird in between moment where like I'm like selling all my extra things in my bags, like all my ore and all that stuff, just getting ready, cleaning my bags out, and it's still far away. So I don't know why I'm doing that. I just had like it was like spring cleaning, but very very early for me. I don't understand why.
Dead of winter, as a matter of fact.
Yes, I know. Dead of winter. Just started,
like spring cleaning a week before Christmas. I've always said that.
Yep, get it going. Other than that, I played a little bit of Hearthstone as well, and with the patch that just came in, we talked about last week. They have the ranking system now. So obviously, you start out as a angry chicken, level 25, rank 25, which is bad because you want to get like lower ranks, right? And I went on like a streak on play. And I was just like, boom, boom, winning. And I was doing the dailies. So I was like switching around to different classes, which is really fun. I don't really stick with one class. I'm kind of that person. So the dailies are no problem for me. So I did that and I was just owning. I think I got up to rank 20, like with just a streak going. And I was like, oh, awesome. I got the gold. So what do I got to do? Play arena, right? Because I want more cards for my deck. Naturally, right? I still suck at deck building. Like 0-3 in the arena. I'm just mad. I'm like, screw it! I'm done. I walk away. It's like the Hearthstone rage. Anybody in playing, they know what I'm talking about. So that happened to me, and I just walk away. Yeah. Walk away. And that's the last time I've gamed. Is just I went and did like push-ups, and I like got all mad and stuff like that. I didn't really. I did like one push-up. I'm done.
You like pushed yourself away from the desk. Be honest.
Yes.
Okay.
That's true. But that's about it. Besides my Hearthstone rage, because remember Hearthstone hipsters hashtag.
Right. Hashtag.
Yes, I'm still gonna try to make that a thing, Robert. If you're listening, we got it.
That did not take off.
What's up with you? You got a week off. You're wearing a Santa hat. What's happening?
What are 90s? First off, can I just say this is a Warcraft or World of Warcraft pro tip before we get to the pro tip section. I'll have another one, but here's your first one for the show. If you're using the in-game store in World of Warcraft and you purchase a mount, ensure that you are at least level 20 and have apprentice riding, because guess who didn't when she bought 2 mounts? That would be me. So, long story short, I don't really play Alliance much, and I do have a few like Alliance lobies here and there, and I actually had a level 14 Alliance on Darkspear, and before I delete a toon, I don't believe in deleting gold. It's just against my religion. It makes me feel bad. I have to put the gold back into the economy. So what I always do if I'm deleting a character, if I don't have another character on the server that can benefit from it, what I'll do is I'll sell all the items in my bank. I'll sell all the items that I'm wearing, everything in my bag, sell all the bags except for the default backpack, and then I'll take whatever gold I have, and then I'll give it to the closest player that's next to me with like the best, or I shouldn't say best, but the like prettiest transmog. And so it's like, hey, here you go. Happy holidays.
Reb's Transmog Awards.
Yeah, so so this story, it cracks me up every time I have to tell this. I got everything out of my bank and I sold it on this level 14 alt. I unequipped all of my gear and I started selling it. And I was about to start selling my bags, and then I noticed like this new little icon that was down on my little action bar, and I was like, oh, what's this? And I pull it up, and it's the in-game store, and I was like, BA, this is so cool. And so it's pretty nifty because you can just press one simple button, and then pew, it's automatically yours. Like there's no put in a credit card, no authorization code, and I'm like, holy crap, I don't want to go get my credit card, walk away from the desk, like walk upstairs. Jesus, it's like an exercise. So this one little button, and then just like having an authenticator like on your phone, it's really, really simple and easy to just go ahead and get it done. And plus a lot was on sale. So I went ahead and bought 2 mounts that were half off. So they were both $12.50, which came out to $25 just for 2 mounts. And I was like, BA, heck yeah. So I bought them. I logged out, and then I went on my main and I opened up the mount selection screen, and I was searching for them and I didn't have them. And I was like, that's really strange. So I logged back over to my level 14 alley, and I was like, hey, what's going on here? And I tried to search in the mounts panel, which it wouldn't let me mount because obviously I'm not level 20 and didn't have apprentice riding, and I still couldn't find them. And I was like, this is really weird. So I'm like walking around, I pull up my bags for some reason, and I noticed that I had 2 learnable items in my bags.
What a noob.
Yes, I was such a noob, but the problem is it won't let you learn it until you're level 20 and have apprentice riding. So lo and behold, guess who spent 2 good nights? Yes, it took me 2 nights to get from 14 to 20 to actually be able to learn these mounts. Crazy, right?
That is crazy.
So basically, learn from my mistake, and please be wary when you buy something from the store. Make sure you can actually learn it, because that was kind of painful. And you know what? Actually, I might not delete that Alliance character since I had to work and get gear back, and it wasn't fun.
Reb, I have to ask, why did it take you so long? Because I feel like you need to like RP walk through like exploring new zones to like level that slowly.
Well, the problem is, I don't know why it took me so long. It was just like a focus problem with lobies. For some reason, it takes me forever in the low levels. Like higher levels, like 85 to 90, I can work on that and like within a week, just a few short sit downs. But like the lobies, for some reason I can't do it. But I'm not done with my weekend well. I have something really quick to tell you. For those of you who know the streamer Hotted89, actually I was in his live stream about 2 weeks ago, and I was watching, and I noticed that he was doing Sub Wars against Soda Poppin', who's another Twitch live streamer. And I was like, oh, this is cool. I'm going to watch this. And it was basically going to be war games between those two. So basically, Hotted was going to get together his subs. Soda was going to get together 10 of his subs. And then we were just going to go head to head. And Hotted requested that I join him. So I was like, okay, sure. And I logged in and got everything ready. I don't PvP. So I was like, I'm going to get my face smashed in, whatevs. So we start talking strat. And they're like, oh, hey, Rogue. What's your PvP gear looking like? And I was like, none. I have none. So that's how it's looking like.
I have -5.
And I was like, basically what I can do for you, I can do a good bit of damage. I can't really take many hits, so what I can do for you is I can pick up the flag, and I can sprint, and I can burst of speed for as long as it takes them to actually catch up to me and kill me, which will take about 2 seconds for them to like stun and kill me. But I was like, I can at least get it halfway across the field for you guys, because we were doing Warsong Gulch. And they were like, okay, cool. And they had changed their mind last minute, and they were like, okay, you do defense. That didn't work too well. So finally they were like, you know what, let's go ahead and try the strategy. You go ahead and try to sprint across the field. Lo and behold, it actually worked. And I was able to cap the first flag for our team. And I was like, holy crap, this is so cool. They didn't catch up to me. And the other team, Soda Poppin' team, eventually did capture a flag. Fun fact, I actually... Granted, Soda Poppin' was on an alt, but I was able to solo kill Soda Poppin', and that felt pretty awesome to me. Unfortunately, Soda Poppin's team, they captured last on that game, so they took the victory. So when we went to a second one, we got to pick, and we picked Twin Peaks. And they basically raffle stomped us for about 13 minutes or so, and they had 2 caps. We had 0 caps. It was just looking bleak. We had pretty much given up, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to try something, guys. Like, have a priest stay here across the river. And I went and I picked up the flag. I waited for them to leave the flag room, picked up their flag, went out the side, went all the way to the river, had a priest life grip me over the river, just kept sprinting, and I captured a flag. And we were all being like, oh, cool, we captured 1 flag. At least that was fun. And they were like, you know what? Try it again. So I was like, okay. So I went ahead and did the same thing. And I had a priest life grip me across the river again. And then another priest life grip me there. So it was even closer. And lo and behold, with like just 2 minutes left, I was able to capture the second flag. So we were tied. I had capped last, and so we were going to win. And we eventually did win, and it was pretty cool because after that, Soda Poppin came into our channel, and he was like, so we pretty much thought that y'all had given up, and y'all were just running around like chickens with your heads cut off. So that's basically what we did, and we didn't pay attention to that rogue. So we forfeit and you win it all. And that made me feel pretty good. So I would have to say that was like the highlight of my year right there, is like having Soda Poppin forfeit because of my annoyance. And
sounds like you're a PvP mastermind, if you ask me. I don't know.
Sprint and bursts of speed.
I'll tell you what, after that story, Reb, I have to ask you, instead of putting creamer in your coffee this morning, did you put Red Bull in by chance?
It was a long story, and I wanted to get through it, and I didn't want to lose your interest. I was so enthused.
You got halfway to work before you realized you forgot your car?
You say Red Bull, Twiz?
What? Oh, Red Bull.
Red Bull.
Oh my god.
Pun of the
Red
week.
Bull.
Yeah. We need at least one Reb pun every week, I think.
That's right.
You know what? I'll give you this. Among you three, there's one smart fella, and then there's two fart smellers. So y'all can choose who's who.
Reb strategically making us all pit against each other.
I think Hoda has
A bit of the thunder from down under going, eh, gang?
right dead ringer right there.
But yeah, that was my pretty action-packed and kind of sad dealing with the in-game store week. How about you, Archon? What have you been up to?
Man, I can't match that. I have to go after Reb here, the most exciting week of her life here. I, like Hoda, was pretty busy this week, so I didn't get a lot of gaming in. But last weekend, the PTR opened up for Diablo 3, and cool thing they did was they let the PTR people play with the closed beta people. And so I thought it would be a good idea to get some of my viewers into a game with me on my live stream and just play some PTR. I quickly found out that wasn't such a great idea because we played at level 60. They didn't have closed beta, so they couldn't get past level 60. I could, and after about an hour of playing, I was level, I think, like 64, which means all the mobs were level 64, which means they were just getting raffle stomped. And we tried to bring in some new people. They're like, oh, I want to go, but everyone quit after like 3 minutes because it was just not fun to play at all. So didn't work out too well.
Reb's line sounds like you're a douche canoe. Just saying.
Yeah, fart
I was
smell.
like, sorry, yeah. I could have kept getting on alts like every half an hour to an hour and starting back level 60.
Oh, yeah.
But I guess I wasn't that committed to my viewers. I'm sorry, guys. And then I was supposed to level power level Twiz, but I didn't have the time. I've been busy, so sorry,
It's cool.
Twiz. Sorry that didn't happen.
Cool. It's cool. I'm not gonna.
And then other than that, I've been trying to put more and more time into my StarCraft map that I'm making. I'm really trying to get into game development. StarCraft map making seems like a good way to go. I'm so excited about my StarCraft map. I want to tell you guys so bad, but it's kind of like, do you ever have a dream that you think is really cool, and then like halfway through telling someone, you realize they don't care at all?
You realize that you're naked in high school, and you have nothing but a paper plate. I've been there. I know that dream.
Yeah, that dream.
Yeah.
No, it's like I'm so excited about my StarCraft map, so I always want to talk to people about it. But then as soon as I start talking about it, I realize it's just boring.
It's like,
I'm like
grass and a road.
That's almost like the terrain. It's I guess I should clarify for anyone who's not familiar with it's not so much a map as it is a mod, a game. But so not the terrain so much I want to talk about. I want to talk about like the cool lines of scripting I learned, or the field and the data editor that I finally understand. But it's not
the lines of scripting that makes the grass, right?
No, the grass you just go like this, and then there's grass there. Paint it on. To make things happen during the game, you use triggers. Anyways, boring stuff. That was pretty much my entire week. Hoping to get into some more Diablo, and it was pretty exciting. We got a big announcement today on my birthday that we're going to talk about a little bit later.
Absolutely. Archon's
Is it
pregnant.
your age?
Yeah. Yes, Blizzard announced my age.
Yes.
Pretty exciting.
And Archon is pregnant.
Shh, that was for later.
So I ruined it again, didn't I?
Yeah, I'm pregnant.
Oh,
All right,
well.
Twiz. How was your week?
So, my weekend game. I've got some all right stuff going on. The first thing I'm really kind of psyched about. I got confirmation like 45 minutes ago that tomorrow night I'm going out for beers with Ryan Winsen, the creator of StarCraft Universe.
Ooh, awesome!
Ooh, nice.
So I'm going to be in his hood next week or tomorrow. I mean, and all throughout next week, but tomorrow is when we're getting together. So I'm looking forward to that. But you know what? I played some Diablo this week. I played my Crusader for a while. I got him up to level 9, which is darn close to one of my highest level tunes. So 0 laughs out of that one. Nothing but crickets.
Oh, sorry.
So just give me a pity laugh for the love of God. But no,
we're seeing how long it could go to make it awkward for you.
Awkward silence.
Worked, nailed it.
You know what? Here's the thing: it's like I've played through Act 1 between the characters that I've tried out on my PC, and then I played on my PS3 all the time. I played Act 1. I could play that thing freaking blindfolded, and I hate it. I hate Act 1 because I know nothing about, Act 3, 4. I mean, but Act 1, anything you want to know, let's go. So it was brutal, but I am really enjoying the Crusader. What brought me into Diablo and really got me, excited about it was the fact that you got rewarded after. You got rewarded often, and the runes and everything like that. And some of the runes they got, like I think it's like at level 8 or something, you get a rune for a shield ability that breaks off into pieces and does AoE damage. It feels, I mean, I'm only level 9, but I mean, I'm like one-shotting every freaking thing, and it's pretty beast. So I'm really
now a question to you and Archon: is the Crusader? I've heard in beta it's pretty, it feels overpowered. Do you think it's going to stay that way, or do you think it's going to get toned down at launch? Or
I've never gone through any PTR testing with Diablo or anything like that, so I wouldn't know overpowered. All I know is it's like, boom, you're dead. Boom, you're dead. Oh, look, you're dead. I didn't even touch you.
Seems overpowered.
I don't know if that's overpowered or not, but I one-shot everything. The Crusader might still be a little overpowered, but they did tone it down already once.
Oh, okay.
I don't think. I think if they decide it's overpowered, they'll definitely tone it down. I would expect it to be somewhat balanced by launch.
Yeah, I think in the beginning stages, though, it's not surprising that you're a little bit OP, to get you through. Because, I mean, how fun is it at level 4 to just be getting creamed,
I mean, it's like that for most classes, too, like the first 10 levels or so. It's pretty easy, and you don't really find yourself in situations where you die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you're playing it at BlizzCon. That's me.
Who died at BlizzCon?
I did.
I
played the Crusader.
That's almost as bad as like the second time around in Hearthstone when I couldn't beat Illidan. That is almost as bad.
And it was really embarrassing because they put me on the computer that was right on the end next to the line, so everybody's watching me. And I'm like, I'm just playing along or whatever, and it's like, oh, there's a whole bunch of dudes around here, and then I died, and I just seriously, I looked over my shoulder,
and you just hear whispers like, did that guy just die?
I just got up and I did the walk of shame through the aisles and out the thing. So, anyways, but yeah, I die a lot in Diablo. Oh my god, in Diablo 3, dude, I'm on the PS3. I'm playing a witch doctor, and I'm just getting stomped. Like, I die my way through the game. It's ridiculous. Seriously. So, anyways, in other news, though, I did play just a little bit of
Hearthstone, Heroes of Warcraft.
You like that, don't you? I played Sucker.
Yeah, Reb, right?
Yeah. Keeping me employed.
That's right. So I played Sucker, who is one of the officers in Twisted Dynasty, and good friend, fan of the show and everything. I played my bait and switch deck on him, and I wanted to have him build my deck and play it, and I'm going to actually be showing you guys that deck in a little bit. But here's the thing. I wanted him to build it and play it, but he didn't have most of the cards. So here's the question that I posed to you guys. He plays Hearthstone casually. when the mood strikes him, and he has not put any money that I know of into buying booster packs. If he has, it's been very few. So do you think that this is going to hinder him in his chances to win against custom decks where the other person has a ton more cards to choose from and can really pimp his deck out?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, how fun is that? Because it's like now, I go back and forth because to me it feels like you have to pay to win. But it's not pay to win. You have to pay to get the cards to be able to customize your deck. Otherwise, if you want to make this a full-time job and play 8 hours a day and, run arenas and that's how you get your cards and everything. Zen Style does it and he's very good at it. He hasn't dumped hardly any money into this game and he does very well. But there's also cards that he's missing. He put together a deck list this week and he was like, if you have this card, sub it out for this one. I didn't have it in my deck. So, but Archon, you have some thoughts.
I think that's just the nature of card games. Card games are just going to be pay to win, unless you give everyone all the cards. That's just how it's going to be. It's not as pay to win as some other games, but there's definitely some pay to win there.
And now there's a couple things there, Twiz. Like casual is fine, but I feel like it's a necessity, even as a casual player, to whatever class you're playing, to get them up to rank 10, I believe, to unlock all the basic cards.
Right.
Like I feel like that's a must. And then also with this newest patch, they put in the ranking system, so I think that kind of helps out if he's like in that angry chicken sort of bracket. You know what I mean? Like a lower bracket. So I think they have they're putting in like tiers of level of difficulty will maybe like deter some of what you're saying. So I guess we'll have to see.
The people with all of the custom cards and exactly what they want and actually have, they won't be pitted against those who don't pay for booster packs. Is that what you're saying? So it's like you can kind of have them separated to some degree until they start getting to like a mutual level. Is that what you're suggesting, Hoda?
Yeah, absolutely. Like they put in like those, like obviously the ranking bracket. I think that helps quite a bit. And if you just hit casual play, I haven't hit like the button in a while. I'm not sure exactly how they pit people against each other that way. But I think those are some good things in game to do it. And like Archon said, it's like the nature of card games. Like you either play more or spend more to kind of keep with the trend, right? So.
It's better than most card games. Most card games, if you play Magic the Gathering, they're not going to give you cards because you're playing a lot.
Sure.
And even one more point, like like comparing it to Magic again, like this is like an online thing, so they've actually gone and like nerf cards and change cards around where you can't even do that in Magic. You can't like go back and say, oh, that card you bought that's like physically in your hand, that's not a 5/10. It's like an 8/9 now.
Well, it can be like banned from tournaments, but
but I don't know.
You know what?
You just little minor changes.
I'm looking at the chat room that is listening to what we said 4 minutes ago, and they said, play casually equals casual rewards. That was Davin Siverus 77, and a lot of people are agreeing with that. Battle Panda from Open Raid is in here, and he says there's also effort plus reward. An arena gives you all the cards, not from your collection. I'm not saying that there's not ways to get it, but you shouldn't have. You can't turn this game into a full-time job just to. I understand the effort goes into the game. You get the rewards, but seriously, I don't know. It's such a fine line.
Like imagine in World of Warcraft if you could either raid to get the best gear or pay money. Like that would be pay to win, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So I think you have to call it pay to win. Even though you can earn it, you can also buy it.
Yeah. You know what, though? We're not really comparing apples to apples. We really aren't, because you pay for decks, but there's nothing saying you're going to get the cards you need. You may get 50 decks of crap.
If you spend enough, you will, because you can always disenchant in and then craft whatever card you want.
All right, Daddy Warbucks.
And then play like a Ragnaros and Ysura combo and be like a jerk, like somebody on that.
Get ready, dude. It's going to go from bad to worse, homie. Get ready. So, anyways, in other news, we'll come back to that and touch on it a little bit more. But I did work on my Druid in Twisted Dynasty, and he was the first tank that I leveled up, and he was at a 480 eye level. He's now at a 490, and Justice points are like my saving grace right now. And
Justice points, huh?
Yeah, because you can get 489s, 496s with justice points, and then you can get 522s for discounted valor, like 800 or 825 or something like that. Gets you a 522 neck piece. I think you get trinkets. I think you can get a thong or something. I don't know.
That was just funny because like justice points were harder to get this expansion, like the lower tier than like the valor points, and that was just awkward. So
yeah, and I ran a couple of dungeons. I tanked a couple of dungeons, and like the groups that are in there are just beast. It's like everybody's their own tank, and everybody's just blowing it all up. I ran like 4 dungeons, and I don't even know why I was in bear form. Wouldn't have made a difference. Nothing was alive long enough, and it was different groups every time. So I walked out of there, and it was like, all right, 4 dungeon runs, and I'm at like 1,400 justice points. It's awesome. So I was able to get some upgrades. Pretty happy about that. I also did level my rogue a little bit from 81 to 82. I leveled him this week. He's also
take it easy now. I feel like you're leveling with Reb, like walking.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of too.
Took me 3 months to get from but and you know what? I mean, if you really want to know the truth, he was 71% into level 81.
So you did a few quests this week?
Yeah, I did like 4 quests, but they were in Vashjir, which is like, oh hey, I'm gonna go to Vashjir right after I put this pencil directly in my pupil. You
get a sweet swimming seahorse. I'm just saying.
Yeah, once you get it on one character, you have it on all of them. But I mean, yeah, and actually I did all the questing up when I got the seahorse mount. That's what dinged me into 82. So I really didn't do much questing.
When I level in Kata, I always do Vashjir, and I do all of the quests in there.
Really? Wow.
It gets me like almost to like 84.
Wow. Okay, so here's what I've learned: is Hoda has 1090s, and Reb enjoys leveling in Vashjir. Archon, do you like slam your head in the toilet seat or something for fun too? Or I mean, I'm just trying to figure out what's.
I just try to get leveling over with. I just want to play endgame, so whatever gets me there the fastest.
Oh gosh, Luna says Vashjir isn't that bad. I beg to differ. It is just. Oh, and here comes Battle Panda. Vashjir. You don't pronounce the J. Then why did they put a J in it?
3 E's and 3 R's.
I will come at you with a knife. Don't think I won't. So, anyway. But, all right. So, here's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to get into some of our pro tips. Now, this is just a brief section of the show where we talk about how to make you a better player, whether it's getting through a better build or a killer card combo or how to get a gear edge in Azeroth or maybe a financial edge in Azeroth. So, Archon, you were kind of a little on the fence about what you were going to bestow upon us this week. But what do you got, man?
Yes, I think I've decided. I think. Hopefully, by now.
Here.
Well, with Reaper of Souls coming out soon, more on that later, I thought I'd give a little tip about for those people who are trying to gear up and prepare for Reaper of Souls. We still don't know if we're going to have ladder or not. I'm still hoping for it, but it's been a while. They haven't announced it officially yet. So we might have to play non-ladder, which means preparing might be in order. So there's a few stats on your gear that might actually last longer than other stats. And so I'll tell you what those are and then some other things you can do. Percentage-based stats are going to scale with your Reaper of Souls gear.
Right.
So if you're going to try to stock up on any gear, stock up on those trifecta items that have attack speed, crit chance, crit damage, life percent. Any of those stats, they're still going to multiply your Reaper of Souls numbers. And those stats don't get any higher in Reaper of Souls. I had a Duncraig's Cross that I borrowed and transferred over to beta, and after playing for like a good 50 plus hours on my wizard, still couldn't find anything better than that at level 70. It was like the best Duncraig's Cross in the world because my friend has like $10,000 worth of gear. But overall, percentage-based stats scale a lot better. But don't put too much time into it. I definitely wouldn't dump any money into it because your gear is going to get replaced really quickly. For the most part. Magic Find, a lot of people want to stack Magic Find so they can start finding those legendaries in Reaper of Souls. They're making some changes to it. So don't put too much into stacking Magic Find. In Magic Find, their plan right now is legendaries will only get 10% of your Magic Find.
We're covering the Magic Find article later in the show.
Yes. Which is why I'm not going to talk anymore about it. A little teaser for what's coming later.
Twitch, that was a great pro tip on your part.
I love it.
Archon, that's your pro tip of the week.
Thank you. But I bet you guys are very curious about what we're going to talk about later. More to come. And also gold. If you want to put some money into gold, now would be the time to do it because they're going to be getting rid of the auction house. And come March, right before they get rid of the auction house, it's probably going to get really expensive because a lot of people are going to want to be buying gold. However, keep in mind that it's much easier to get gold at level 70. So if you don't want to spend money, don't. You're going to get it really fast at level 70. And then Paragon experience, you do get Paragon experience faster at level 70. However, if you have really good gear right now, you're going to be face rolling MP10. And right when you get to level 70, you're going to be crawling through it. So don't feel like grinding Paragon now is a waste of time. You can actually get Paragon fairly quickly right now compared to level 70. So that's a good way to spend your time preparing for Reaper of Souls. How about you, Hoda?
Oh, pro tip of the week. Now, this is not going to make you a good player, but it's going to make you look like a better player.
Oh my god.
Saying.
Transmog?
On the transmog topic again, yes. I went over last week how to get past an encounter. This is a very light one. I'm sorry, guys. It's not an actual tip. It's more like a tip for an add-on you can get to like help you find those sexy pieces of gear. I don't know if that was very sexy. I don't know. Can you help me out, Twiz? How does sexy sound? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, is that Rab can get lower than me? I don't know if that's good or not. Anyways, there's an add-on out there called Mogget, and now it works very well. Like I assume a lot of you transmoggers out there have Atlas loot, which is like, oh, what piece of gear can I get off this boss? And then you like shift click or control click, I can't remember which one, sorry. And you're like, oh, that looks pretty sweet, I kind of want that one. Now Mogget, it has like, say you want a chest piece, you click through the menu, you go chest, and it starts with the highest item level that's out there right now, and it just scrolls down, like, and you can view it all right away. And you just mouse over it, and it tells you where it's from. It's very simple. You can kind of build sets, put your wish list in there, like, oh my god, what do I want for Christmas? My transmog. So, Mogget is the add-on. It's very, very useful and very cool. So I suggest any of you people out there that, like to look pretty, definitely get that. So that's my pro tip of the week. Little lame, but man, you gotta look good to feel good. If you feel good, you play good, right?
Right, that's what I'm screaming.
Yes.
Is that a Gatorade commercial?
It's
I think it might have been.
Could be. Yeah.
Viagra. Okay, Reb didn't think that was funny.
No.
No.
Can I just say it's control click noob?
Thank you. Hey, I said I was there. I was almost there.
Well, I'm gonna share my pro tip.
Okay.
So when you're done being a sissy pants and transmogrifying everything, let's talk about something important. I like gold, and let's discuss how you can earn some gold. Say if you're like low level on a new server. Say for instance, like my one alliance character that I had on Darkspear that I was going to delete. I already had a significant amount of gold on her because I had a few tips that I follow every time that I go to a new server, and I don't have any tunes to help me out with getting gold. First, make sure that you have auto loot selected in your controls options. This is going to make going through dungeons easy and simple. Remember, even grays sell for a price. So you're going to get a few copper at first, but whatevs. I mean, coppers add up to silver, silver adds up to gold. I mean, you don't get sitting on 100k gold by not pinching your pennies. Just saying. So first off, have your auto loot selected, and then also my friend Elvine from elvinelol.com, I believe he actually created this method. It's called the simple gem market. Don't try this on Cold Tourist because I will hunt you down. This is my market. And basically it just boils down to you needing a jewel crafter, and you only need to get to level 50, so that can be done with an incredibly low level character. Once you get to level 50, you can actually prospect 10 ore, not 10 as in the number, but 10 as in the quality. Or
Something about.
I'm confused. Not 10.
So once you have a couple stacks of 10, no, you're making me self-conscious. Once you have a few stacks of 10, you can start prospecting those. And what you're looking for, of course, you can sell all the gems that you get out of there, but what you're really, really looking for is a moss agate. And these can typically sell anywhere between like 10 to 25 gold on the regular. I actually checked
10 to 25 or 10 to 25?
10 to 25. Oh my God, Archon.
No, we love your accent. I'm so sorry.
10 to 25. And I actually checked our market on Colteris before we started the show tonight, and I noticed there was some noob selling them for like 5 gold. So he was kind of screwing up the other people. And then there was some idiot selling them for like 50 gold, and he was just way off the market. So
Quiz.
Go big or go home.
So you can basically, if you buy one stack of 10 ore, and you prospect it, if you get 1 to 2 moss agates, you're going from break even to possibly even making a profit, depending on how much gold profit that you're getting off of the sales of the moss agate. Typically, you'll get a stack of 10 ore for about 20 gold or so, and if you're selling that moss agate for a little more than 10 gold per piece, as long as you get 2 in there, you're making some profit out of there. So that is another tip in addition to the auto loot. And lastly, make sure that if you're collecting linen or wool cloth, don't go ahead and use it for like leveling bandages. Who really needs that? Who actually needs to use bandages in dungeons and questing in this day and age? It's simple. So go ahead and sell your cloth and your wool for those other players that are going to need it for leveling, like say, I think engineering, you need those cloths. Also, if you want to have just like a tailor, they can make the bolts and go ahead and sell just the bolts. So those 3 quick, easy things will go ahead and start building up your stash of gold before you even get to say like level 30 or so, and you'll have a like nice hefty sack once you get to actually like outlands and start making additional gold with your questing. So that would be my pro tip for how you start bringing in the gold when you don't have any other way of financing yourself. What about you, Twiz? What have you got set up for us?
Oh man! All right. Well, here's the thing. Just so you guys know, the stream might get like stupid looking here for a second, but I'm gonna try and make this work. We'll see.
Oh, loud.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get it to work. Oh,
ooh, nice.
Yeah. Oh. Yep. So that didn't work.
Twiz the Hearthstone card.
There we go. All right. So I am actually going to. All right. Now that everybody's like, what the crap is going on? I had to fire up Hearthstone, and I had been. It had been sitting idle long enough that it disconnected me. I figured it would. So you guys talk too stinking much, but whatever. So, anyways, my pro tip this week, I'm actually going to walk you guys through the bait and switch deck that I talked about before. And there's a couple things about it. Normally I'd give you a killer combo, but I'm just going to change it up. So I'm going to explain how it functions, and I'd really like you guys listening to play it if you can. Give me your feedback, or maybe help tweak the deck. So I'm also going to have a picture of the deck in the show notes for those of you who are catching this on the download, and you can look at it for yourselves. So this deck basically has a lot of low-cost cards that help control the board, as well as give taunt minions that your opponent has to deal with. The ultimate strategy on how to play this deck is as follows. You bait them around turn 5 or 6 with either a Light Spawn or a Mogashan Warden, and get their good cards out of the way, so that way you can use Ragnaros and Ysera combo on turns 8 and 9. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a look at the deck real quick. Holy Smite is a 1-cost. Everybody who's whispering me, my card's covering it up on the stream so nobody can see you guys chatting. So anyway, Holy Smite is a 1-cost, deals 2 damage. Don't be afraid to use these guys to get the minions off the board. All right, you are trying to keep the board clear for turn 5 and 6. Inner Fire, that is a staple. You change it's a 1-cost, changes your minion's attack to be equal to its health. Okay, So that is the one you want to use in conjunction with the Mogashan Warden, which we'll get to down there in a second here. All this stems around from the light spawn combo that I talked about earlier on a couple episodes, where you basically take the light spawn, you've got a 5/5, and you double his health, you got a 10/10. If you can throw Power Word Shield on top of it, that's going to give you a 7/7. Then you can double his health to a 14/14. Let's see here. The the Shield Breaker is a 1-cost 0/4 taunt. He is nothing more than a pain in the butt, guys. That's all there is to it. He's just a pain in the butt. You can throw him out there so that way your opponent can waste minions on him. Here is the Divine Spirit. Double your minions' health. Shadow Word Pain. Again, this is for clearing the board. You're setting yourself for turn 5 and 6. The Mogashan Warden. Here we go. Now, I used this before. It's a 4-cost with a 1/7. What I did with him, I got these all in one hand, was on turn 4, I played him. Okay? And so he's out there, 1/7 with taunt, and he got ignored. Okay? From there, I used Power Word Shield, gave him 9, and then I had 2 Divine Spirits in my hand, used both of those, and that gave him 36, 36 and 36, and then I also used my the Inner Fire, that's what made him at 36-36, was I changed his attack equal to his health. So that was the that gave me a 36-36 on turn 5. That's going to fish out the silences. That's going to fish out the the hexes, they have to remove that card. If they can't remove it, well, it's game over for them. I mean, you just beat it down. So that again, you're fishing out. You're using these good cards to fish out all of their silences and everything like that. So that way, on turn 8, you can use Ragnaros, and turn 9, you can use Ysera. One thing to keep in mind if you are playing another priest deck is Mind Control got bumped to a 10-cost. So they can't use Mind Control to take away your Light Spawn or your Mogashan Warden, but they can use it if you have your Ysera and Rags out. Now, unless they have 2 Mind Controls, which is entirely possible, you have to keep in mind that they will likely take one of them, but they will probably not take both of them. They will have used their kill cards and removal cards earlier in the game. At least that, if they take the bait. That's how that's supposed to function. So you'll have one or the other that you'll be able to use. So that is the deck. I'll have the entire listing, but again, 2 Holy Smites, 2 Inner Fires, 2 Power Word Shields, a Northshire Cleric. The one thing that this is lacking in a little bit is card draw. There's enough removal, enough taunts, enough, your opponent has to deal with them, but I'm a little skimpy on the draws. So again, that's why I want you guys. There's a Frostwolf Grunt, 2, 2, and 2 with taunt. Novice Engineer. There's a card draw. Wolf Rider gives you charge. That's great. Just keeping their minions at bay and under control. So, and here's your Spellbreaker. You've got 2 Spellbreakers. It's a 4-cost with a 4/3, and that's your silence right there in case they have a taunt out when you're getting ready to buff up your Light Spawn or your Mogashan Warden. So that's the deck list. Again, I'm going to have pictures of it in the show notes and everything. I really encourage you guys, if you can build this and mess with it and tweak it and whatever, let me know. I'm all about working with this deck. This is the first deck that I've ever built that is actually pretty solid, I think. So, yeah. So that's that. But
very nice.
I'm kind of upset you're playing priest, but whatever.
Now, what rank are you now, Twiz? Can you share?
I didn't play any ranked play at all this week. I played Sucker for like a long time, and then I played Diablo. So back up off me.
Yeah, go pretty yourself up in your transmog closet, Hoda.
This is Reb who gives all her gold to the person with the prettiest transmog.
What's that?
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess it does pay to be beautiful.
Okay. Adidas TO5 05. is asking some pretty legitimate questions. He's like, how the crap did you get all these legendaries? Now, here's what I did is I bought decks. I did it. I bought decks, and I got some legendaries out of the booster packs. And if you end up ponying up, if you've got a pretty good collection and you pony up $50, you're going to end up with more than enough dust to craft whatever legendary you want. So I totally bought it, man. I mean, there's no secret around it. I totally bought it. So that's just the way of it. I don't have time to pour everything in here, and I need to be able to test decks and stuff like that out. Now, you may be asking, well, why, Twizz? There's something coming up that I'd like to talk about. Shortly after the first of the year, there's going to be another show starring myself, ZenStyle, and Eldorian of BlizzPro. And it is going to be called, oh my god, I forgot the name of the show. I forgot the name of the show. Holy
You're
crap.
kicked off.
It's like,
yeah.
Oh, Lords of the Arena. That's the name of it.
Yes.
And the reason why is it's a card that I've never seen before. So, it's Lords of the Arena, and basically what we're going to do is we're going to go live, and we're going to play the arena. We're going to build some decks. It's going to be all three of us, and we're going to be doing that. The beautiful thing about it is it's all random. So there's very, very little show prep that has to happen. We're gonna live stream it. We're not gonna make a download for it, but you can watch it on YouTube. You'll be able to watch it on the probably the BlizzPro Twitch.tv stream. So it's gonna be look for Lords of the Arena, and me and at Robert A. Wing, also known as ZenStyle, and Eldorian, also known as at Eldorian and at BlizzPro. So yeah, look out for that. I think ZenStyle, he kind of described it as like mana cast, mana grind meets Super Troopers. So
I see the Super Troopers part.
Right?
Yeah, I don't even know what to expect now. Interesting.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, everybody, I believe that is going to take us to our very first break in this, but we've got a whole bunch of awesome news coming up. So when you get a chance, please tell a friend that you are listening to episode 77 of TwizzCast. Today, we salute you, Mr. 3 frames per second man.
Mr. 3 frames per second, man!
You dare dream of a world where the fire animation is something you can easily walk out of.
Get out of the fire!
You boldly embark on quests that take 4 times as long.
I don't know if I'm still in combat!
And one day, you'll actually be able to see your bobber dip when you fish.
I don't know if I should click now!
And Moonguard will no longer kick you due to FPS problems.
Mail not out looking for fun!
So here's to you, Mr. Sultan of Suck. DoghouseSystems.com can build you a rig and put you back in the game with the rest of us. You deserve it, your raid team and arena team deserve it, and so do the rest of us.
Mr. 3 frames per second, man!
Go to DoghouseSystems.com and use the coupon code TWIZ at checkout to double your memory. TwizzCast would also like to remind you to game responsibly.
This is Matt Yang King from World of Warcraft and the creator of the World of Steam, and you're listening to TwizzCast.
What do you think? I like turtles. All right.
He's climbing in your windows. He's snatching your people up.
To me, it look like a leprechaun to me.
The news.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Okay, the BlizzPro News is sponsored in part by AskMrRobot.com. If you want to push your character to his or her fullest potential, Ask Mr. Robot will make sure that your gear is set up to make that happen. As always, everybody, we are going to bring you up to speed on some of the articles that you may have missed on BlizzPro.com. We don't cover all the articles, are just the ones that we think are good. When it comes to the news that's happening in the community and games that Blizzard has to offer, BlizzPro.com has articles as soon as any of the information gets about to hear. Make sure you head on over to the website, BlizzPro.com, and check out the vast amount of articles that we did not have time to cover on the show. Now, this first thing that I want to talk about isn't so much an article as a little bit of an announcement, kind of. BlizzPro has launched their Heroes of the Storm websites. And basically this week, like I just said, BlizzPro introduced their third complimentary news site. On top of BlizzPro.com and Hearthstone.BlizzPro.com, we have opened the floodgates to Heroes.BlizzPro.com. where all of the news for Heroes of the Storm is going to be covered. Now, with all of our websites, we have someone behind the scenes that's pretty much running it to make sure that it stays efficient and on the ball. With BlizzPro.com, the man behind everything that's making sure it's rocking is Eldorian. With our Hearthstone site, we have ZenStyle. And with the new Heroes site, we have brought on board a gentleman by the name of Taffer. For those of you who are interested, I'll let you have a little bit of insight into this guy. First off, he can be followed on Twitter at TaffingAbout. All one word, at TaffingAbout. So make sure you give him a follow. Taffer managed the Diablo subreddit for a while and then started exploring other options. He's been very deep into MOBAs and D3 for quite a while, and he really actually wants your feedback. So if you're on Twitter, he's looking for tweets to him, telling him that what you guys want out of the Heroes website. So make sure that you tweet at TaffingAbout so he can create what you want. So he's a really good guy. Met him at BlizzCon, nothing but awesome. And he really wants to hear from the community. And he's basically saying, hey, look, tell me what you guys want so I can give you what you want. So let's talk a little bit about the biggest thing, one of the biggest things that's happening in Blizzard Gaming that it directly involves this website. There was an awesome Q&A this week where community manager Kevin Johnson presided over the Q&A alongside StarCraft 2 game director Dustin Browder and senior artist Phil Gonzalez. So we're going to give you a crash course on this article, but be sure to check it out as there are some great screenshots and additional information that we don't have time to cover on the show. First, just to get it out there, there is no beta date as of yet. Who would have thought, right?
That makes me even more sad because I did not play this at BlizzCon.
Neither did I. Neither did I. Not that I didn't want to. It's the line that stretched all the way back to my house in Illinois that I didn't want to stand
I think
in.
Reb played enough for all of us, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was awesome. And, it had problems. It had major problems, but it still was awesome. And the way that they were teasing, they were like, you can immediately sign up for beta. And I went home and I clicked it and just to sign up for it. And I was like, beta key? Beta, where are you?
Is it going to be the new Hearthstone beta key, do you think?
Oh, it's going to be worse, I
It's gonna
think.
be worse.
Because you have a lot of established MOBA players. Well,
Maybe.
I should say already established MOBAs, and they are players of that, and they're going to be interested in this as well. So, yeah. It's going to be crazy.
It's going to be nuts. I'm not looking forward to it, but I am at the same time. So, so there's no beta date as of yet. They basically said that that the experience that BlizzCon attendees went through was designed to be about a 20-minute experience. So it was tailored to give you the feel, basically, of how the game played and flowed. Good enough? Good enough. They talked about talents, and right now there's a number of talents shared by Heroes across the board. Going forward, they're going to really invest in character-specific talents. Talent selections will also be getting some aesthetic upgrades. An example is Sergeant Hammer, who fights from within a siege tank. When in siege mode, one of the coming talents will allow his tank to float while striking at greater distances.
Nice.
So, did you guys see Sergeant Hammer when you were playing this or no?
I was so enraptured with characters that I actually knew that there was lots that slipped by me and I was like, I'm not even worried about that. I've waited so long in this line, I need to pick this one right here.
Sure.
So, yeah.
How about you, Archon? Did you see him or no?
No, I don't. Do they have him in the demo?
I don't even know who he is.
I don't remember because they didn't have very many to pick from. But I immediately went with instinct and was like, I need this one, and just went ahead. And I thought I recognized most of them that they had in the beta. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think they had him in yet.
No.
Yeah, it seems like one of those internal things that we don't know about yet. So
either that or we
screw
just
them.
all missed it. So I don't know. And this just happened like a day or so ago.
Yeah.
So I didn't have any time to. There's an awesome video on heroes.blizzpro.com. The whole video of the interview. So make sure you guys are checking that out. I need to check it out when I can sit down and actually watch it and get something out of it. So when the topic of PvE objectives was brought up, Browder explained that initially there were two versions of the Cursed Hollow map being tested. One featured PvE objectives, the one the team ultimately went with, and the other did not, being more similar to the conventional MOBA map that circulates in other titles. The developers found that over time, the team was far more interested in playing the version that featured PvE objectives because it was, simply put, more fun. I can see that. I can see that.
I think a lot of MOBA players are upset about that, but
that's what Blizzard's doing different. You know,
Blizzard's really good at taking genres that are already popular and making them even more fun. I think.
Absolutely.
How come they are upset at that?
Because they just want the traditional MOBA feel. I mean, there's probably also some bias that they're already good at MOBAs and they probably also want to be good at this. But I think a lot of times the hardcore players of the genre that Blizzard's making a game in want the game to stay that way because they feel like Blizzard's going to make it too casual or too easy.
Sure.
But yeah, honestly, everything I've seen just looks a lot more fun.
Huh. Yeah, one of the things that I'm really intrigued about is the fact that they're altering it so that way you have a reason to not be selfish when you play this game. Like it pays to help your teammates out.
Is that what it sounds like?
Rab.
I wasn't selfish. I collected some skulls when I played one time.
It's hard to be selfish because you have a team level instead of an individual level.
Yeah.
Right. Also, it was harder to be selfish because there was like less like lane specific fighting. It was more like everybody like grouped together. It's kind of like I don't want to reference another MOBA, but if you played Aram style, I'm just going to say that it was kind of what it reminded me of. It was like everybody was there, and it's like you were with your teammates, and you weren't going to a lane by yourself, really.
You know what I heard? I heard me, reb, me, blah, blah, me, reb. That's what I heard just then.
That pretty much sums it up, yeah. That was pretty close and accurate, Twiz. I'm surprised that you gathered all that.
Yeah, that's the way of it. So
that was crazy. I heard open Omnibus style.
Yeah. Thank God I didn't have that. It was
kind of like Gangnam Style, but not. Sorry.
Here's some other
keep
points.
Trying.
It's okay. One of these days you'll get it, buddy. You just hang in there. So
done with you.
Well, here's some other points that were brought up. And if you like what you're about to hear and you want to learn more, I highly recommend going over to heroes.blizzpro.com, checking this article out. Esports is... they're taking the easy way out, basically, and saying, it's up to the players. I mean, it's just like the Hearthstone. It could turn into the esport. It's all up to the players. What do you think is going to happen? I mean, how could it not?
Yeah.
It's going to be an esport.
I think there's something to that. I think they also... I would just assume, I can't imagine that when they're designing it, they didn't say, let's make sure that it could be an esport in case the potential arises. But who knows?
Who knows?
I agree wholeheartedly. Yeah.
Let's see here. Players will make the game casual or competitive. It's about what you make of it.
Competitive!
Mimi, Rebby, Mimi, Reb. DC'd players will get no rewards. Too many DCs could result in more penalties. Obviously, the big incentive they're pushing is to not DC.
Yeah, so. It seems like an obvious call, but we don't see that in a lot of other games.
It's true. There's a Blizzard map editor. They think it's actually a really great idea, and they want to keep moving forward with it.
Oh my god, this is the thing I'm most excited for. This is like the biggest reason I'm super obsessed with the StarCraft map editor right now.
Now, do you know how to make grass?
I've got grass down. I've been grass for months now. My map is going to have the most BA grass out there.
Gosh.
Love it.
This is like better than you. This is like, it's your birthday, man.
I know.
Right?
It feels like it. I'm so excited.
They are going to have a Mac client for it. And Uther was pretty much unbeatable on the demo on the BlizzCon floor, and his fate hangs in the balance. These were notes that were given to me, so I don't understand exactly what that means.
Free to play too, right?
Yeah, I don't know enough about that though. Oh. So again, I'm reading notes actually from Liz, one of the hosts of the Spotlight. I'm just kind of perusing through some of the notes that she put out there. So I didn't know enough about the free to play. I don't want to start, going off the handle about how
it's all free to play.
It's all free to play.
Tell your friends.
And tell your friends. Yeah. So I want to learn a little bit more about what's going on. So, spectator mode is lower on the list of priorities. They basically, here's their logic. They want to make it fun to play. Once that happens, then they're going to make it fun to watch. So that's just kind of, it makes sense. It's how it's stacked on the priority list, you know? I mean, okay, well, we could make something that's just awesome to watch, but it's like golf, you know? But whatever.
What?
It's fun to play, but horrible to watch or whatever.
Yes. Yes. I hope it's better than golf.
There's cross-game cross-dressing, for those of you who are into that. Right? Having Diablo wear Jim Raynor's suit, why not? That's part of the fun of the game.
I'm down.
So, cool.
Awesome. I saw one of the cross-dressing options was you can use Nova, the ghost from StarCraft, but in the Amazon gear from D2.
Ooh.
That's awesome. She was fun to play. I did play her.
Nice.
Cool.
Nice. You know what? They're giving up a lot of really good information on this. I mean, like they're going full on, like no holds barred between what they came out with at BlizzCon, what you were able to play. I mean, they opened the floodgates. We're getting a lot more information sooner than what I thought we would.
I feel like just in the last year in general, Blizzard has really opened up and become a lot more transparent about what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm a fan because it gives us something to talk about.
Yes.
That helps. It helps the show, you know.
Yep. Exactly. So, again, as far as Heroes of the Storm goes, here's the three things you want to remember. Number 1, heroes.blizzpro.com, bookmark it. Number 2, at taffing_about, TAFFINGABOUT. Follow him, tweet him. He's running the Heroes of the Storm site. Number 3, Reb is selfish. It's all her.
Can I just say, me, Reb, me?
Reb, me.
Style?
So, all right. Okay, let's go on to the biggest announcement that happened today. Archon is pregnant.
And he can make grass.
And he paints grass. No, the biggest announcement. The biggest announcement.
This is starting to sound like I grow weed or something. Need to clarify this.
He creates grass.
Oh my gosh. That doesn't sound any better.
No. So. This grass helps with magic find.
Yeah, it's not getting any better.
No, it's not.
You'll find all kinds of magical thing on my grass.
Right. So, all right, let's talk about the biggest thing that happened today. In all honesty, Reaper of Souls release date announced.
Yes.
Yes. Right, Archon? Right?
Yeah. It wasn't the date that I predicted.
What did you predict? We talked about this last week, right? What did you say, like
April 1st?
Yeah.
Right?
I think it's like the first week of April. I was a week off.
I know. You know what? I remember when we interviewed you before you became a permanent co-host, you said like the second week of April. I'm pretty sure. There. Yeah.
Wait, the auction house, does it expire the 15th or the 25th of March?
18th.
18th. Oh,
so this is actually like the soonest it possibly could have come out. So it's about the best release date we could have gotten.
Okay. So, all right. Well, so here's a skinny, guys. Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls now available for pre-purchase for $39.99 or $59.99 US dollars. For the digital deluxe for the release date of 3/25/14. The deluxe edition comes with a couple of things here. The first thing that was listed was a Spectral Hound minion and aesthetic artifacts for Diablo 3. So you got like a little skelly dog and everything like that, and it looks like some helms and weapons, maybe.
Yeah, it's a transmog gear. Maybe Hoda will finally get into D3 here.
Yes!
Transmog it up.
Be like, Archon, what does your character look like?
I don't think I'll ever transmog anything.
Yeah. Yeah. I am so all over I'm just looking at the chat room right now. I personally, I'm so all over the digital deluxe. I'm getting that.
Dude, just the Spectral Hound minion alone is what sold it for me. Like the extra, what, 40, not 40, $20.
I'll tell you what sold at me was this next one, the Treasure Goblin pet for World of Warcraft.
The animation for that is going to be hilarious.
I can't wait.
Hands down.
I hope he
spill items on the ground.
I hope he does. I hope he like you have him out and he runs around just tossing gold on the ground like crazy, like a madman.
He gives you just like 10,000 gold every few hours.
Or what if he ran so far ahead of you that you couldn't catch him? And so, like, you chased him all over town, like you could not catch him, and he was just still throwing gold behind him. Like, I
just
think
imagine just everyone in town just chasing their treasure goblins everywhere.
That'd be hilarious.
Hoda, you're chasing my treasure goblin. No, I'm not. Oh yeah. So
Mr. Raid, I was chasing my treasure goblin.
I also hope that he's big, like size wise. Like there's nothing worse. Like I got the the Crusader one from BlizzCon.
Merkalot.
The Merkalot. Thank you. And I wanted him to be a little bit bigger. And
know what makes them bigger?
Well, the pet biscuits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, like I gave mine a pet biscuit, and he was like the size of me.
Oh.
Wow.
I was gonna say Archon's magical grass, but pet biscuits do the job.
That's Archon's magical mushrooms. So Archon is quite the herbalist, we found.
Yeah.
So, but and then you have Crusader portraits and decals for StarCraft 2, which again were very, very cool. So, that was like huge announcement. I mean, it's Chat room's just lighting me up. Twiz likes his goblins big. You don't know how I like my goblins. So,
and we have gotten some information on the collector's edition as well.
Talk to me.
Yeah, it says if you're looking for even more loot, the Reaper of Souls retail exclusive collector's edition comes fully equipped with all the in-game goodies from the digital deluxe, plus a range of premium collectible items. Mathael's mouse pad. I cannot talk today. I'm sorry, guys. Hardback collector's edition art book, and behind-the-scenes Blu-ray DVD 2-disc set.
Wow.
And I think it's going to be $80, $79.99.
Wow. No USB drive, huh?
No, nothing listed here then.
Not
at
here.
Least.
Not this year.
No.
I'm all in. No USB drive, but you get a mouse pad. Hey.
Yeah, Malthael's mouse pad.
Malthael. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I think that's I don't know. I got the Mists of Pandaria collector's edition, and I was like, I want the box, and I want, take a look at some of the cool stuff that's in there, in the in-game pets or whatever. But until I actually sat down and watched the DVDs that are included in that stuff, like, holy crap. There's some awesome footage that's in those DVDs built into them. There's stuff that you'd never see. I really hope the D3 community sits down so that way they can see what it goes into making this game and how easy it's not to make this game.
Unless they spend an hour and a half telling you why, what are they called, boggers, why they die a certain way, and why they fall out of a tower when you hit the tower. And they spend 90 minutes talking about boggets and how they die. BlizzCon reference.
I think boggets are pretty cool. But
yeah.
It's just me.
But anyways, well, that's good. Because when I posted these show notes, I had no idea what the actual physical collector's edition. So obviously they just released that not too long ago. So
yeah,
I'm sure there's an edit up on BlizzPro.com. But let's see here. Now you can talk. Now you get to talk about what are they doing with Magic Find, because Travis Day gave some insight the other day about how it's going to work in Reaper of Souls.
Yes, so this was all part of the plan. I teased this a little bit earlier in the show, so you guys have to wait no longer. I can tell you all about Magic Find in Reaper of Souls. I think some people are going to be a little upset about this, but their plan right now, or actually let me back up a little bit, their overall plan is to get rid of Magic Find, which I'm a fan of, and I get the feeling that most players aren't. So let me just try to defend the position a little bit. Even though Magic Find is fun, it's fun to get Magic Finder gear and then get more loot, it makes it really hard to balance the game without making Magic Find a mandatory stat. Because if you have 0 Magic Find and I have 300% Magic Find and we're just playing at a base level, I'm getting 4 times as many items as you are. So unless your gear is allowing you to farm 4 times as fast, which would be ridiculous, it just makes sense to stack Magic Find. You should always just stack as much Magic Find as you can, which means you're not really making a choice, and it makes itemization actually a lot more simplistic. It's one less choice you have to make. So even though Magic Find's fun, I think they're going in the right direction, getting rid of it. But to kind of start to phase it out, what they plan on doing in Reaper of Souls is making it so it's less effective on really good items.
Okay.
So that maybe Magic Find will be a good way to let people start gearing up. So you'll get 100% of the Magic Find bonus on blue items. Yellow items, you'll only get 30% of the bonus. So if you have 300% Magic Find in your gear, you're only getting 90% extra Magic Find to yellows. You'll get just under half, or just under double the yellows if you're capped. And then legendaries, you only get 10%. So 300% would become only a 30% bonus. At that, blues, by the way, for anyone who doesn't play Diablo, are pretty much useless. So just forget about the blues.
Unless you're
Magic
starting
Find,
out. Unless you're starting out. Because I'm the master of Act 1, blues are highly useful because they're replacing like whites.
Well, yes, in Act 1. But in Act 1, you're not really choosing to put Magic Find on your gear.
I'm
in the
choosing,
very
I'm just
beginning,
not getting
blues
the
are
gear.
useful, but
And well, I mean, once you get to end game, blues are useful for free gold.
yeah.
I think she's missing the point.
Yeah,
Just
I
saying
mean,
that.
you get some gold and you get some crafting mats. But as far as gearing out your character, blues aren't going to help you much.
Right.
But no, it's a good point. Blues are a lot more useful in Reaper of Souls than they are in vanilla because of crafting mats and because you can't go to the auction house to get gold. But as far as gearing out, yellows you're getting 30%, legendaries you're getting 10%. It sounds like Magic Find's really not going to be worth it to have on your gear, which I'm fine with, but I think a lot of players will probably be upset about.
Sure.
Well, I don't like that they're getting rid of it completely. I think what would be cool, yeah, sure, get it off of gear. Make it so that people don't stack their gear. But I think it would be nifty to, like, still be in, like, say, a cave or so, and then come across a beacon that gives you that buff, and you could get, like, plus 25% Magic Find. I think that would still be cool to be like, oh, cool, I can use this the rest of this little, like, dungeon down here that I'm exploring.
Yeah, I think they are keeping that.
Oh, they are? The beacons?
Yeah, I haven't heard anything
with Magic Find.
The shrines. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about them changing the shrines.
Ooh.
So I think that'll still be there.
Me.
Me.
Shrines, me.
So, cool. All right. Well, I'm indifferent about it. It's very hard to have a preference at level 33. So, now getting back to
Hearthstone, Heroes of Warcraft.
And Reb's accent is just getting awesome.
Great job, Reb.
Better every time.
It's such a throaty thing that you have there. So, there was I do want to talk a little bit about. There was a little tiny Hearthstone patch that came through. Basically, the biggest thing that came from the notes were the fact that the frost spells in the mage deck have had their mana cost bumped up by 1, which consists of the spells are Blizzard, Cone of Cold, and Frost Nova. Basically, the devs said that they felt that the freeze in place option was a little too powerful and a little too early in game, and they wanted to give some more breathing room for minions earlier in the game for you to mess around with and you know try and go. I have not played too many mages. I really haven't. So I know they're absolutely brutal right now, but I don't know.
I didn't really favor the mage either. I think because that's what I started off with. It was like what everybody starts off with. Sure. I was like, let me get away from this. You played it though, right, Archon?
Yeah, mage is my favorite class, I think. So it's kind of sad to me, but it makes sense. I think it was a little too easy to keep board control from early game as a mage.
Yep. Which is funny because it's like, I mean, this is why they do it. This is why they're good at it. But I mean, it probably would have taken a long time for me to think to myself, you know, how can we make this more fair, you know, with these 3 spells and abilities. You know, do we have to try and adjust the card text? Do we try and just, you know, what would we have to do? And it's like, no, you know what, just bump them back a turn, because when you bump each one of those mana costs up higher, you know, especially in mid game, I mean, that can be all the difference in the world. So I never would have thought about, you know, just bumping them up 1 mana cost. And it's so funny because when I see these patches and I see these changes to the cards, minus the hunter changes, which we're not even going to get into, but a lot of them were like, you know, this went from a 4 cost, 5/4 to a 4 cost 4/4. And people are like up in arms, and it's like it's 1 damage point. I understand it's significant, but people are like, oh, Throw it away. I got nothing. I got nothing. I'm uninstalling the game, you know, and it's crazy how little tweaks like that are a big part of the gameplay. So I've never really experienced that. I'm used to WoW. I'm used to seeing 25% reduction on this. This has been boosted by 400%. Whatever. It's so weird. So it's a little bit different. But so that was a little tiny patch. If you see your Hearthstone updating, that's what's going on there. So, and it also gives you a listing of what cards have changed. So, and just so you know, guys, I got a couple Hearthstone beta keys to give away at the end of the show.
Woo!
What?
That's right. So I have some awesome community fans out there that are givers. So if you need a beta key, stick around. So the last article that I want to talk about, and it's kind of an article, but it's more of a we have to bring it up. 'Tis a season, the return of Winter Veil. It's that time of year again. That's right.
Oh,
there you go. Do it to it. Do it to it.
What was happening over there?
It's the time of year again, everybody, and Blizzard fired up the Yule log for all of Azeroth to sit around and do whatever it is that we do around Yule logs. December 16th marked day 1 of Winter Veil, which also comes with a bunch of holiday quest rewards, 15 achievements, and much more. So, do you guys partake in Winter Veil very much? Do you do anything? Anything?
RP all day, every day.
Game in real life. Look, check it out.
Yeah. I do take part. Like, since I've gotten my it's been a long, strange trip, and I have all the achievements for all the world events. I don't partake as much, but it's still pretty cool to have like the event start up and see like Great Father Winter in front of the tree. You can get presents. You can do it daily. You can like, oh my gosh, there's this dagger that looks like a miniature Christmas tree, and it's bind on equip. So you can send it to your friends, and I've actually had a lot of people mail this to me, and it is the ugliest daggum thing I've ever seen. They're like, "Oh, you can transmog this." I'm like, "Oh, I wouldn't if my life depended on it." But it's really cool. I really like the midwinter celebration.
Right?
Yeah, I do too. Just you see people in silly hats, and of course, riding reindeer around. I mean, what's not to love? You feel in the spirit in game. I love it.
That's right. You do get to ride.
Yeah.
A reindeer. I completely forgot about that.
Favorite part. Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's mostly the same as every other year. You just make sure if you haven't done the long strange trip to complete it, because it's one of the metas. So
just go out and just complete it. It's like just complete it. I mean, it's just so simple. Just you get a chance. Just
save Metzen. Metzen the reindeer. He needs your help. So
the only thing I've ever done for Winter Veil is like walk my happy little butt over to the Christmas tree and open up the presents, and that's
part of it.
That's it.
You're almost there.
Me, Twiz, me, present.
Presents, give me
I'm with you, Twiz. Not a big holiday guy in WoW.
Not really.
Oh, do you have any holiday spirit right now, Archon?
Just Brewfest.
You know what? You're really about to get some IRL holiday spirit, because Twiz, I'll tell you this. Outside of Winter Veil, I can't help but feel there's a lack of Christmas cheer in the other games. It just seems like something's missing.
You know what? I could not agree with you more, Reb. So, we here at TwizzCast have come up with a few holiday song titles that could help remedy that situation. Now, before we do this, I'm going to let you know that this is going to be a little different. It didn't quite go as planned. So, we're going to try our best to make this happen.
Let's do it.
We go. The top 10 Blizzard Christmas songs that could spread some more in-game holiday cheer. But we're going to do this a little different. So, I'm going to bring you guys up to speed on what happened. I have music for all of this, and it's music that they can't hear. So, I don't know what to do. So here's what we're going to do. we're going to go through each one of these songs and sing it a cappella.
Woo!
A cappella.
Yeah.
Now, I'm psyched out of my mind for this. So, ringing it at number 10. And actually, you know what? I do have the music for this, so I'm going to play it so the chat room can enjoy it. I'm losing all my business to some dumb noob that undercuts. I think that could have worked.
That was great.
Very nice.
I'm not trying to outdo you guys, but
I think you like one upped us a little bit, yeah.
All right, number 9.
Number 9. On the earth in a hearthstone, my opponent gave to me a Ragnaros to seal his victory.
I'm gonna go through after this and try and push music.
Well, let's keep it in the lulling mood.
Okay.
Number 8. Oh, holy crap! My team is sick of wiping. It is the night where we kick half the team.
All right, I'll give it a try.
Do it.
Number 7. Silver bars, silver bars. It's crafting time in Undercity.
That was beautiful. That was heavenly.
Very, yeah.
That was
Job,
heavenly.
the only professional singer on here.
It's like an angel came and shat out my window.
Shat is right, I think.
Yeah.
I'm keeping it in the WoW theme.
Number 6. Vol'jin, the red-haired dark spear, had a very shiny...
Don't talk about his nose. He doesn't like it when people talk about his nose. Just saying. I don't know why that is, but they do.
Yeah. It's a troll thing. Don't worry about it.
It's a troll thing. Get off his nose.
The number 5 Blizzard Christmas song that could spread some more in-game holiday cheer. Spam trade with words of ballsy, tra-la-la-la-la-la-la.
That was so...
All right, number 4. It's beginning to look a lot like West March. Everywhere you go. And the prettiest sight will be all the bodies that you'll see right below your sword.
Bravo.
Yes.
That was a good one.
Yes.
That was a good one.
That was a... That gets one of them. That gets one of them.
Absolutely.
All right. Enough applause.
Number 3.
Okay.
Rocking around the druid tree at the meeting stone in Mop. No?
I loved every second
Quite
of
abrupt. I like it.
Number 2. You better sit down, you better stay a while, you better hang some mistletoe and stand next to Belial. Deckard Cain is coming to town.
You're knocking it out of the park, dude. You're knocking it out of the park. So, all right, guys. We're going to give this a whirl. All right.
Bring us home, Twiz. Bring us home.
Bringing it home. And the number 1 Blizzard Christmas song that could spread some more in-game holiday cheer. Three deeps in this LFR are carrying this raid team so far. Our numbers are higher, we don't stand in fire, and that's how we got this far. That's right.
Ow!
That's right.
Good job, Twiz.
And may as well
pretty awesome.
tag this on the end of it. There you go. Oh my God. Well, you know what? We gave it a great. It was a good one. It was.
I feel like we just got done with our 5th grade Christmas program.
Kind of. I was. I'm not gonna lie. I barfed off camera. So.
Nice. Stage. Right.
All right. Let's
We
do
did our best.
Let's do this. My name is Twiz.
My name is Dwendon.
My name is Rodimus.
Honey Buns.
Piercy.
Sosa.
Sucker.
Triumphy.
Zorander.
Punch Pop Fizz.
Danger's Agony.
Death Chance.
Use a Band-Aid.
I run an elemental shaman.
I'm a Tauren Druid.
Enhancement Shaman.
Shadow Priest.
Play a Windwalker monk.
Blood Death Knight.
Fury Warrior. Feral Druid.
Holy Priest. Frost Mage.
Brewmaster Monk.
I play an enhancement shaman.
Elemental Shaman. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee.
I'm from Illinois.
I'm from Ontario, Canada.
Fort Myers, Florida.
I live in Ashland, Alabama.
Peru, Illinois.
From Portsmouth, Ohio.
Colorado.
From Dover, Delaware.
I live in Pembroke, Ontario, Canada.
San Diego, California.
From Las Cruces, New Mexico.
Tennessee. And I'm in Twisted Dynasty.
I'm in Twisted Empire.
Twisted Empire.
Twisted Empire.
Twisted Empire. Twisted Dynasty.
I am in Twisted Kingdom.
The Twisted Empire.
And I am in Twisted Empire.
And I am in Twisted Empire.
And I am in Twisted Dynasty.
Twisted Empire.
I'm in Twisted Empire.
Twisted Dynasty.
I am the GM for Twisted Dynasty.
And I run the Twisted Nation. Ladies and gentlemen, it is no secret if you've been listening to this show that Twisted Empire is a big part of the gaming community. Over a year ago, there were 10 of us that said this is what we need to become, and here we are today. The Horde side of the community wears the Twisted Empire tag, the Twisted Kingdom tag, and the Alliance side displays Twisted Dynasty. Everyone who wears these tags knows that there is a 50-50 split between the game you play and the people that you play with. We don't look down on people for not being heroic progression raiders. We also don't look down on people who ask honest questions because they just don't know the answers. I owed it to myself to be surrounded by people who want to enjoy the game. And let's be honest, so do you. It's time to stop logging into game and feeling like you're droning around in circles all day, surrounded by people who don't care about you and don't know you. Twisted Empire, Twisted Kingdom, and Twisted Dynasty. All 3 guilds located on the Kultiris US server. Welcome home. Okay, we got just a few emails here. Oh, Breb took her hat off, so I gotta take my hat off too.
Darn it.
That's right. We got a couple of emails, but you know what? I started spamming chat just a little bit and seeing kind of who needed a beta key for Hearthstone. And you know what? I believe Maximus dropped me a message here on Twitch. Shoot me a message, and you have won yourself a Hearthstone beta key. And if there's anybody else in the chat room that needs one, I have another one that I can give away. Now here are the donators of the Hearthstone beta keys. We have at BGArrow_6. He has donated one. Ask Mr. Robot has donated a beta key. We've also had keys that we gave out throughout the week. One was from Liz from the Spotlights. And this one is from Smurf D Gaming. Smurf is, I believe, is either in the chat room or was. So,
Nice.
I don't know
He
if
won
he's
a
still
beta
in or
key
not.
on here once, didn't he?
Yeah. And that's what a lot of people are doing is they win beta keys and they're like, hey, TwizzCast, go hook somebody else up because you hooked me up. And that's a beautiful thing. So Maximus wants to know how he sends me a direct message on here. In order to send me a direct message, I have no freaking clue. But some people
there's
do
a
it.
cogwheel right beneath the stream towards the left. You just click on that and then message.
There you go. There you go. So very cool. So we did get one email, and it was from Sucker. And here is what Sucker is great. We've mentioned him throughout the show a couple times. Great dude. Great fan of the show, officer in Twisted Dynasty. He says, hello, Twiz, Archon, Reb, and Hoda. As the year is quickly coming to a close, I wanted to write in and just say a few words. Just over a year ago, I started listening to TwizzCast. I had a few episodes under my belt and had even found myself sitting down for the live shows. It was a very dark time in me for a while. A friend had brought me back into the game about a year before. Things were struggling, though. There was no communication on the raid team, and the raid team was falling apart. So, at last, I had to say my goodbyes to my friend's guild and proceed to jump from one guild to the next with no hope in sight. There was no sense of community, no talking in guild chat or vent. I was just another number to add to the roster. All this time, however, I looked forward to that middle of the week solace when I listened to your show. You guys always promoted Twisted Empire. There was no kingdom or dynasty back then. You promoted it as a family, as a great place to be. Then again, so did everyone else in trade chat. So instead of making the monetary leap and transferring my main, I created a level 1 alt just to check it out. I cannot remember who I whispered, but I was instantly invited to the guild after asking, no questions asked. Then boom, guild chat lit up with welcoming messages from all that were on that night. Twiz sent me a whisper welcoming me to the guild, and yes, I admit I geeked out a little bit. After that one night, I had never felt so welcome. I knew that you guys, what you were saying was true all along. The Twisted Nation is not just a group of guilds filled with fantastic guildies. It's way more than that. It's a family, one that cares about and loves one another. Like any other family, it has its ups and downs, parties, and big knockout fights. But in the end, we always come back to each other. I ended up transferring my main tune over to the Empire after only a few days. Now I'm proud to say that I have 4 90s in the nation, and I'm currently working on my 5th. Over the past year or so, I've witnessed many changes to the nation. Guildies come and go, new guildies sprouted up, new guild and raid leaders, relationships flourished or dissolved. Over all that chaos, we have remained true to who we are and what we stand for. I'm so proud to be a part of the best community and family that WoW has to offer. I just want to say a few things in closing. First, thank you for TwizzCast. Without it, I would have never found my way to my true home. Second, thank you to my fellow guildies. Thank you for welcoming me in and keeping that candle lit, even in the darkest of days. And finally, I would just like to say to anyone out there who's struggling to find their place in-game, whether you've been here since vanilla or just come back and are starting their first tune, the Twisted Nation of Guilds is the place to be. Whether it's the Empire, Kingdom, or Dynasty, just roll a level 1 tune, come check it out, and hopefully I can be one of the first people to say welcome home. Sincerely, Sucker.
Awesome.
What a cool story. What a cool story. You know, I'm really proud of Sucker. Like, here's the thing. I remember the day that he joined the guild. I remember whispering him and saying, "Hey, how are you?" I remember hooking him up with bags and gold for his level 1 tune. And he was like, "Why are you giving me this?" And I'm like, "Because you're in my guild. Because, because it's how we roll. Because do you want to level with no bags and no gold? No. Well, there you go." So, and it was just, it's how we roll. And we do that. We try to do that to all the guildies, all the new people that roll level 1s that are, just here to check it out or whatever. We have Honey, who's all over the recruiting, and she finds them and, "Hey, how are you on gold and bags? And we want to make this leveling process easy for you." So, I mean, it's a great thing, but I'm really proud of him because he has not only found Twisted Empire and become a good friend of mine. He's become an officer in Twisted Dynasty, and he's actually an editor for BlizzPro now.
Woo!
Yeah. So welcome to the BlizzPro team, Sucker.
Yeah,
good job, Sucker.
And the story's like very relatable too, because I assume there's a lot of people out there that just like, like you said, like friends, they just quit playing. You're like raid teams dissolve, all that sort of thing happens, and like you're the kind of person that loves the game. You still want to play, but you're kind of in that, like he describes it, dark area, And I think it's a perfect example for just come check us out. You don't have to stick with us if you don't want to, but it's a great place just to come and check to see if you like sociable people and come hang out. So I think there's a lot of people that can relate.
The creating level 1, that's really, I think that's how most of us get there, because most of us don't do the leap of faith with the transfer. We always do like the level 1, and I mean, instantly you can feel that it's a family.
Yep. Dip your toes in the water and then maybe.
Exactly.
So yeah, I don't know.
And honestly, Warlords can't come out soon enough because you get a free 90.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
So there's all the more reason to, you can boost a character to 90.
To find that home earlier so you can do all that, right?
There you go. That's exactly right. So, but yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's funny. I'm just reading chat. Chat's blowing up. So, you know what? It's guildies in chat room. It's a very, very cool thing. So thank you for writing that in. And guys, seriously, like if you get a chance, send us an email. Let us know if it doesn't have to be all rainbows and I can't think of anything clean to throw on the end of that.
Butterflies.
And butterflies. Thank you. Ponies.
Compromise.
You know, that gets us along, right, Reb? But seriously, you know, I mean, if you're in or you're curious about it or you're, you know, whatever, send us an email. You know, we'll talk about it or whatever. So all level 1s are free. Just letting you know. So, I think, guys, do you have anything else you want to tag onto that?
I think we did.
Okay, I'm just saying before I.
No, I don't think so.
It's all about Reb. So.
What?
Me.
Guys, I'm itching to start up the after hours. So with that, I have to let you all know that email right there brings this episode of TwizzCast to a close.
Aww.
Now, I know. Now, we will not have an episode next week, guys. It's the day after Christmas. Most of us will be out of town and stuff like that. Wish I could. But what I think I might be doing is, if I have some free time, I'll fire up the stream. So, and we'll maybe do something.
Maybe we could do some fun release, like we could actually do those Christmas songs legit with your music and maybe put that as do like a recording, like behind the scenes. And
what I might do is I might take that top 10 list and we'll figure out a way to get you guys to sing it, and maybe I'll copy and paste it into the upload so that way you guys actually have music behind for the download. So I'm gonna try and do that. Nice. So you guys who are going to listen to this or who are listening to this live on the download, check it out. There'll be actual music with it and everything because I spent way too much time cutting and pasting music for this to have it not work. So
the problem's going to be matching the right key.
Yeah.
Maybe if you have, I guess, sound editing.
We'll see. So I don't know. I've got $750 worth of sound equipment sitting in front of me. We should be able to pull something off. So for all the information, articles on the stuff that we covered on the show, you can head over to TwizzCast.com or BlizzPro.com. And again, check out the show notes for that Hearthstone deck picture that I'm going to put on there. Play the deck. Send me an email. Let me know if it worked for you or if you want to tweak it or what could make it better. And we can talk about it on the show, guys. Quick mention of our sponsors, DoghouseSystems.com. Look, if you're going to be getting some Christmas money, okay, and you're going to be upgrading to a rig, you know, that's going to run your game smooth and the company itself gives the best customer service and support you're going to find, go to DoghouseSystems.com, pick your rig, use Twizz at checkout to double your RAM for free, all the way up to 32 gigs free. So that's $90 worth of free that you just got for entering Twizz as a coupon code. So, and then obviously there's /loot.com. If you want a TwizzCast t-shirt, go to /loot.com and get yourself one of those, $19.99 all day long. They make great Christmas gifts, stocking stuffers. Everybody wants a TwizzCast t-shirt. I'm just saying.
Everybody.
That's a lie. Not everybody. My grandmother does not want one. But
what is this?
She's the only one that I know of. So,
that's TwizzCast.
All right. So, before we get out of here, Archon, do you have anything you want to say to everybody?
No, I was glad to spend my birthday with you guys.
It was good to have you here, birthday boy.
Yes, I'm going to go out and party now.
By
party, I mean fall asleep.
By party, you mean after hours. Yes.
Oh yeah.
It's there. It's primed. The pump is primed. How about you, Hodage? Do you have anything you'd like to say to everybody?
Sure. Everybody out there, holiday season. Everybody be a Haley Joe Osment and pay it forward.
Nice reference.
I just thought of that too. That was so good.
Dude, you were so much safer with a leaky boom boom down. I'm just letting you know.
It's true. I feel like I did it right away. It's just downhill from there.
Yeah,
so
fair enough. Reb.
Yep.
Yes. Gaming will be whatever you want it to be. So don't be a fart smeller. Be a smart feller.
Oh. I totally prefer the latter. So that's just me though. So all right, everybody, enough screwing around. We love you guys. I hope you all have a wonderful holiday season. Again, I'm sorry that we're not going to be here next week, but until January 2nd, we here at TwizzCast, we totally ask you to game safe, love one another, and please, everyone within the sound of my voice, take care. Hey guys, you've been listening to TwizzCast, the official podcast of BlizzPro.com. You can follow us all on Twitter at TwizzCast, at TwizTE, at TankThatReb, and at Willie_Foss. The show notes and articles that we discuss can be found at blizzpro.com. And if you'd like to drop us a line, send the email to podcast@blizzpro.com. Thanks again, and we will catch you next week.